Howdy all and welcome back to my channel. I'm Liam. Round 13 will be soon upon us, the second of the bye rounds, the easiest of the bye rounds after this fixture change of Richmond and West Coast being brought forward a week. Only 4 teams in the bye: Carlton, Bulldogs, Brisbane and Essendon. But it's still a very difficult trading round. With 8 teams next week, it's just incredibly hard with lack of rookies coming off their bye. It's just a very annoying time for fantasy coaches. But we do get the 4 trades next week, which is going to be very handy for our sides. Most of my rookies have pretty much got that last bye, so that's where I'll be happy to get rid of 4 of them next week to hopefully probably be 1 primo, a mid-pricer and 2 rookies. I'll see about how prices will work out. But talking about this week, at this very stage, I've gone a double down, 1 up. Warner needs to go. He's ruled out for Sydney. Bring in Amartey if he. These are before teams are announced, but if he doesn't get named, I'll find hopefully there's another rookie in the weights. He does have the round 14 bye, but I've done a bit of forward planning, and I still have 19 with 4 trades next week. I know there'll be possible issues that are surrounding all this, but I feel like if you've got a plan 19 for next week, I don't think many people would be in the same boat. Most people probably set 16, 17, 18. So if issues arise, they're probably more affected than I am. Also going row down to Reeves. I think Reeves is a nice little cash cow if he does end up playing after he got injured. Tweaked his ankle, I think, the last quarter of 2 weeks ago. If he does get named, he will certainly be coming into my team. Handy 140k. I think Rose done for cash rises, and he has that last buy, so getting him out as soon as possible before then is the way to go. My last trade, I had stacks of cash to do something with this. I had a choice of getting rid of any rookie I wanted. Burns, Collier Dawkins, Dilthorpe, or Highmore. I just went Highmore. I needed a defender. Actually, don't need a defender, but there's no forward options at all coming off their bye. Lockie Whitfield, I believe, is a must-have for the end of the season. He's started to hit form. And his past history, he can average 110, 115, and be a slight little pod possibly, with not many, with no one starting him. There'll be only people bringing him in off these couple of rounds, and he's pretty much bottomed out in price. So you won't see him at 750k for much longer. He's my trade target. Highmore has to go. I was tossing up between he and Collier Dawkins, but with Prestia, I believe, out, Collier Dawkins might get just a little bit more time in the midfield this week, but he'll certainly be gone next week. So those are my trades. That's enough of them. They probably will stick like all my trades have done so far. But onto some captain options this week. It's fairly little group. There's a big group of people that you could captain, and as with the bye rounds, you've got the flexibility of just chucking the bye player on field and putting the captaincy on him. My number 1 option, even though he plays Port this week, I think Duncan's still a very solid option. Before his concussion, he's been averaging 120 pretty much. Port, tough team to score against, but he seems to rack it up. And plus he loves these cheap possessions in the back line, and with ball possibly more down there a little bit more. I feel like he will just rack it up. So he'll be my vice captain this week. Hopefully a good Thursday night to start off with. And then the next possible VC is Taranto against North. They've been slightly tough to score against, but it seems to one player seems to get going against North. Parrish a couple of weeks ago, Sarong when he played Freo. Dunstan last week. There's always one that gets about 140, and it'll be one of Taranto or Whitfield. I don't know who it will be, but I think one of those two will be in for a very good score this weekend. So I'm my guess Taranto, but take that with a grain of salt. And then Lockie Whitfield would be my third VC option, and then fourth this week would be Took Miller. Just beware of a possible Sarong tag. He's been going to the best midfielders, and Rowell is back, so I don't know how much that will affect Miller. He was a possible trade target for me this week, but with the news of Rowell, I've just held off a little bit, paying $860 for unknown. I'm happy to wait. If he performs in the next few weeks, I'll certainly look to grab him in a few weeks. Hopefully not for 900k. But so those are my VC options. You could certainly VC Duncan, captain Taranto. That's been tempting, but with ruckless or inexperienced ruck lineup in Collingwood, I think Gawn's nearly a must captain this week. He'll be the most popular. He's very consistent. Hasn't gone under 100 since the North game, where everyone captained him in that. But I don't see him doing that anytime soon. He's a very safe 110 and could go 125. He seems to stand up in these big games. So here's my number one captain option this week. If we're technically going by it, Taranto would be number two, because Duncan's you will never captain someone playing on the first night. Whitfield number three, Took would be number four, Aaron Hall number five. He's still got a great role, and no one will tag him. No one will tag any players at North, and Josh Kelly would be my number six option this week. There are possible loophole options also this week with only 4 buy players, so I'm utilising that. I will flick it now, put Amartey as my emergency, and loop him with Treacy. I'll probably take 55, depending on how many of my players get named out of O'Connor and Murray. If they all get named, I'll probably be safe. Even though O'Connor and Murray probably won't score 40 between them. If I have 22, you probably want 55. You're probably 18th scorer this week. And if you do have like a ruck forward, you could loop Reeves and Flynn if you have a loophole option in the ruck department. So good luck with your trades this round. Let me know in the comments if you've any 50-50s or any trade thoughts is going through your mind. Until Sunday, have a good one.